Hello, everybody, and I hope you're all doing well. My name is Noah Hernandez, and today I am here to teach you all about the progression of multiplication, specifically from grades second through fifth, as second being the starting point for students in their multiplication knowledge, and fifth grade typically being the year that a student is able to fully grasp the concept of multiplication. So let's get into it. Now, first we have second grade. Now, if we all think back to when we first learned multiplication, most likely we're all going to think of us learning it in the third grade. And for the most part, that's true. However, what if I told you that in reality, second grade is where we really learn the foundation of multiplication? It is during this time that students are able to take shapes, such as these blue squares and rectangles right here, and draw no more than 5 rows or columns in them, as you can see by this red square drawn. Through this visual, we can see the concept of repeated addition and repeated addition being activated. Now let's take a quick look back at what we just did in second grade. Now, moving on to third grade. In third grade, students would take the information previously learned and use it in order to construct an array. Here's a little quick reminder if you don't know what an array is. Now, we can make an array with any sort of blocks or shapes that we have physically available. Once that is done, the important part begins, which is actually drawing a pictorial model to match the problem. So here we have 5 rows of 4, or they can also be seen as 4 rows of 5. But it's important, and this is really important, to let the student decide which of these forms is easiest and most discernible to them. Remember, all students are different, all students learn differently. Remember, context will explain the equation. There it is right there. Now we will then take this information that we have just learned and use it to learn another important aspect of multiplication, that being the relationship between multiplication and division. For example, 18 divided by 3 is a number, and 3 times a number is 18. Now, once we draw this out, we can actually see that there are 6 in a row. Now, once again, we're going to go back to the context aspect from earlier. We're going to go over here to this problem, 40 times 3. Now let's imagine it's 46 and 3 packs of 6. For a problem like this, most students are typically going to draw the 3 little circles with 4 sticks, 4 tens, equaling 40, and this is how they will represent the problem. But this can then be manipulated into more representatives, such as lines, dots, and other shapes. This right here is called structure. And from structure, we can then put it back into numerical form, as you can see right here. But we can take this a step further and use this structure to create another pictorial representation of the problem, such as this one. Now let's take a quick look back at everything we just did here in third grade. Now, moving on to fourth grade. Now in this grade level, students will be expected to multiply two-digit by two-digit numbers. Once again, we can use a concrete model to represent our equation and problem that we have. Once again, we'll put it back into our numerical form, just like we did for the last problem. But from here, we can take this modeling a step further and evolve it into a much more precise concept. This concept being the partial product method. Now let's take a quick look back at everything we did here in fourth grade. And then finally, we're getting here to fifth grade. In fifth grade, we are going to use the standard algorithm that we all know and love, but we're going to use it in different, more abstract ways. This can be used by taking that partial product method we just used a second ago and applying it to our standard algorithm problem. Now, after that, we can finally use the process that we're all familiar with, the standard algorithm, same steps, same algorithm, same answer that we all know and love. But all this happens by the end of fifth grade. I mean, it's important not to rush students. Many students learn at their own pace, like I said earlier. I mean, come on, just really just look at all that we have done in this short span of time. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.